Hi everyone, how's it going? My name is Fournet and welcome to my channel. So for today's video, this is going to be a tutorial video in response to some of the questions and requests that I have on the video that I uploaded here on YouTube entitled Importing Your Pets from US to the Philippines. So now I am going to address some of the requests and questions that you guys have about how to get an import permit from the Bureau of Animal Industry. All right, so let's get into the video. The first thing you do is you go to your web browser. So I have here my personal web browser, and then you just have to search for dog import to the Philippines. You click that and you have to click this one. It's from the philippineconsulate.org. It's importation of pets to the Philippines. So you have to click on this one and it will direct you to the Philippine consulate in Los Angeles, California. And as you can see here, there's like some of the instruction, new requirements for bringing pets to the Philippines. So it is very important, guys, that you read this one, because almost everything that you need to know about importing your dogs from the US to the Philippines is in here. So as you can see here, it says the Philippine Consulate General informs the public of revised requirements for the transport of pets from the United States to the Philippines. So you have all of that, health certificate by the USDA. Like I've mentioned on my previous video, it has to be a USDA veterinarian. So whoever will issue the health certificate of your dog, it has to be a USDA vet. And then of course right here it says the mandatory identification of pet dog or the microchip. Yes guys, you really have to get a microchip on your dog. Here on number 1, there's a link which is the www.intercommerce.com.ph/registration-by.asap. You click, it will direct you into this page. All right, so as you can see here, it says the DA Pet Animals Importation Import Registration. So this is actually where you will have to register for an import permit. Okay, so it says here to register, simply fill out the form below with the correct information. All fields are necessary in order to complete the registration process. Please indicate a unique username and 8 alphanumeric passwords. So about this one, guys, your username and your password, you have to make sure that you record that. Do not forget, because you will use this to log in on your Buy profile to check on the status of your dog import or your pet importation application. All right, so on this form it's pretty straightforward. It's asking your first name, last name, your citizenship, so you just have to scroll it down, and then your passport number. It's actually asking also for your tax identification number, but if you don't have one, you can just indicate your passport number that is located on the biographical page of your passport. All right, and then the next one will be the Philippine address. So for the Philippine address, guys, this is the address where you are going to the Philippines, your destination address. Why do you have to put this one? You have to put this one because this will also be the address that they will put on your quarantine address for your pet. All right, so it's very important that you put the most accurate Philippine address. So you just put your street address, your city, country, your zip code, and your phone number. For this one, I actually put the phone number of one of my family member in the Philippines. So just in case they need to contact me during my stay in the Philippines, they can just call me through a Philippine number. All right, next one will be your address abroad. So for your address abroad, pretty straightforward again. It's just a street, city, country. You can drag it down and then choose the country where you are residing, and then your zip code, and of course your phone number. And then the next part will be for your email address. The next part will be your email address, which, as it mentioned here, will be your login information. So you can put your email address a password. You can create your 8 alphanumeric password, and then you have to confirm it, and then items to be imported. So if you are importing for a dog, it should be right here and there. And then after you fill out everything, make sure that everything is accurate, correct spelling, everything match your name on your passport, then you're ready to submit. So after you click the submit button, it will direct you onto this tab right here, and there's a note here which is very important. It says the requirements for importers of cats and dogs. So if you're bringing your dog or your cat, this is very important for you to read right here. And then you just have to go at the bottom. So actually all the requirements is here, guys. Like, it's the affidavit of undertaking. For this one, you just have to download the form, get that printed, and then get it notarized, and then you scan it, and then you upload that into this profile here at the body. And then it says here proof of microchip number, vaccination and deworming records, name and address of owner. So all of this information, guys, you have to upload it into this portal. All right, it will show you here your application number, which is very important because you will use this to check the status of your application. And then your import number or your passport number. For this one, your name as an importer, and then for this one is your passport number. And for the number of items, if you're bringing, for the numbers of items, packages, and then the status is still incomplete because you're still about to send your application. And then at the bottom, there's actually here, it says here import clearance to buy live animals, purpose of importation. You drag that, you click that down, and then you can just click it for pet if it's for pet. And then for the payment procedure, you can just, it's for the payment procedures, it's only giving you one option, which is cash on arrival. So that means you will pay that when you get to your when you get to the Philippines. And then for the quarantine site, guys, the address that you will put here is your destination address or your home address in the Philippines. All right, so just put your province. And then for the mode of shipment, if you are flying by air, click air. And then the country of source, which country are you coming from? So if you're coming from the US, you can pick US. And then for the port of entry, it is going to be, if you're flying from the Manila International Airport, so click that. And then for this one, importable codes. For HS code, click item lookup, and then it will show you a lot of options in here. But to make it easy, if you are importing a dog, you can search dog and then click search button, and it will show here the code for the dog. You just click that and then click select, and it will automatically input the code in here. All right, the next one is the quantity. How many dogs are you bringing? If you're bringing one, then you just put one. The weight, if you prefer kilograms, say 50 kilograms. And then the breed. So it is really very important that you pick the breed here, because there are some breeds that they don't allow to be imported to the Philippines. And actually you can just search that. So say so for me, my dog was a German Shepherd, and then after that, the age is 24 months, the gender was female, and then the next will be microchip number. So for this microchip number, you can check that on the microchip certificate of your pets, and this is required for cats and dog only. And then after you input all that, you can just save item, and then is to send it. All right, yes, so they will send you an email that looks like this. It will say here, buy one-time account. Sir, Madam, thank you for registering with the Bureau of Animal Industry. Please check the status of your SPS application number. And on this email, it will give you your SPS application number. You need to check the status of your application, and then it will give you here a link again for you to log in. All right, and then there's also some email address here. When in case you need some more assistance, you can just send them an email. If you guys have any questions, they are actually very prompt in replying through email, so it's very important that you keep this in case you have a question. All right, so after 24 hours I check the status of my application. So all you have to do is go onto this portal. So as you can see here, this is the login tab right here, so you can put your email address and your password, and then you can log in. All right, so this is how it will look like. So from this tab, you will be able to check the status of your application by going through the client profile registration system. You will click that. So on this tab right here, guys, you will be able to see the ID number, or it is also the SPS application number that they send you on your email. And then it will show here your client type, your dog import, the status. It will either say approve or disapprove, and if it's disapproved, there will be an error, and it will show here the actions that you need to do. Most of the times the actions that you will see is it's going to request you for more documents, so you're gonna have to upload that documents again. Or if it is approved, you can actually click on the ID number, and then you will be able to see the import permit. All right, you can actually download that and save it as a PDF file, and you can email it to your vet, or you can print a copy of that and then give the copy to your vet, because they will have to attach that import permit alongside with your health certificate that the USDA will have to approve and put a stamp on it, and that will serve as the international health certificate of your dog. Alright, so that's pretty much about it, guys. I hope I was able to answer some of your questions, but if you guys still have some questions, please feel free to comment down below, and I'm going to try my best to answer it for you. Alright, so thank you, and please don't forget to like and subscribe.